tonight on Eagle Eye News at 6. Things are starting to heat up between mayoral candidates Ron Anders and David Hill as they approach the municipal runoff. What they had to say about downtown developments coming up. Plus, Auburn looks to bounce back after a devastating loss to LSU. The highlights in sports. And find out why you may receive a text alert from the government in a few weeks. All that and more straight ahead. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News. I'm Taylor Harrison.
And I'm Kaylee Bishop.
The race for Auburn's mayor is heating up this week. Candidates Ron Anders Jr. and David Hill are on opposite sides of the debate surrounding downtown development.
Wednesday, Hill released a movie trailer depicting Auburn as a city overrun with construction. In a video, there's quotes calling downtown dog butt ugly and just awful. Anders has been on city council for several years and voted in favor of increasing downtown building heights. Hill has said that in order for Auburn to continue to be the loveliest village on the plain, buildings need to stay shorter.
Eagle Eye's Lucy Jane Ragsdale has more on this in the newsroom. Lucy?
Eagle Eye spoke to both candidates about the downtown building height issue before the August 28th election.
An ugly one-story building is just as offensive as an ugly six-story building. And this downtown design review team are two practicing architects. So I believe that group gives the citizens an extra level of protection to know that we're going to have quality development and redevelopment in downtown Auburn. Downtown Auburn deserves quality development.
I feel that 65 feet, to be clear about one thing, the former standard is satisfactory. And I believe that our leadership has been very weak and flaccid in the face of these demands. And they just need to sometimes say, no, go back, sharpen your pencil, and find a way to make this happen. We don't want to be unfriendly or resisting developers. We may need some student housing in Auburn, but I think we also need to think about the character of the community downtown, and I think 65 feet is plenty enough. Auburn is too attractive a community. We have too great a community, too great of students and faculty and townspeople that we're going to get what we need to meet our needs here.
Both Anders and Hill offered following statements after the release of the video. Anders said, "I, like so many residents, am offended by the recent attacks that my opponent has levied against the city of Auburn. How can Mr. Hill lead with this type of offensive propaganda aimed at his own city? This will not unite our citizens around a common spirit for the future of Auburn. His campaign is riddled with innuendo and callous disregard for the facts. I'm confident voters will reject his pessimistic view and embrace the optimistic vision that still believes Auburn is the loveliest village on the plains." Hill said, "I have never said or even thought of the city of Auburn as ugly. The so-called quote is misleading, lifted from a parody video that lampoons the tall buildings and new development at Glen, Gay, and College. That downtown development is indeed ugly by whatever adjective you choose. Ron Anders and others in city government in recent years must now be held accountable for what has happened to our downtown." The downtown development issue is sure to be a deciding factor at the polls on October 9th. I'm Lucy Jane Ragsdale. Now back to you in the newsroom.
Eagle Eye will continue to follow this story and have the latest details on our website, eagleeyeauburn.com.
Amidst the latest sexual misconduct accusations against Brett Kavanaugh, Alabama Congressman Mike Rogers responded to the allegations.
Suspect of the timing. I really am always going to be suspect when some new charges come out within a week of the vote, particularly since they were in the hands of Senator Feinstein for a couple of months. But having said that, I want to hear what these folks have to say. I'm glad that the witness is going to be testifying before the Judiciary Committee, as well as Mr. Kavanaugh, and as I understand it, there was one other young man in the room, according to the young lady, and I would like for him to be able to testify too as to what he saw.
Kavanaugh is scheduled to testify about the accusations at a hearing in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee Monday.
Auburn's Women in Aviation is looking to motivate girls to pursue careers in aviation. Eagle Eye's Bridget Thornberry has the story at the Auburn Airport.
We are here today at Auburn University Regional Airport covering a press release for Women in Aviation. They will be holding an event here on October 6th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
I'd like them to think that they can do anything that they set their mind to. So if that's pursuing a career in aviation, then they can definitely do it. And I would hope that they would become excited by seeing all of the airplanes and seeing the fun that they can have in the aviation industry.
I'm just really excited for it because I got to volunteer with the event last year, and that was the first year that it was held here at the Auburn University Regional Airport. And so I'm really excited to see the growth from it. But more importantly, I'm just really hoping that little boys and girls all over can kind of see what the future could be for them, and I hope that they kind of catch the aviation bug and really get to love it.
I'll be speaking about women in aviation, being a female in the aviation industry, what's entailed in that. Really, I want to speak to little girls and their hearts, and boys, but mainly, it's girls in aviation, about it is a obtainable dream. So I want to make it very obvious that you can have a family, you can have your career, even if you want to be a pilot. It's obtainable.
I'd like to tell them to come out and have a great time and see all the airplanes, and hopefully they'll get inspired by that, and if it sparks an interest, then they can pursue a career in aviation.
War Eagle.
The Girls in Aviation event will feature different aviation companies, regional airlines, and local pilots.
After the break, a look at the latest in Auburn sports.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
It's my job to pay attention to the game, and I take my job seriously.
While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands.
If you see something that doesn't look quite right, tell a law enforcement official.
We all play an important role in protecting our communities, and you can help.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Your girls have been with you through every moment of your life. And they're still with you right now. But how well do you know them? You don't know my name.
I got some Oxy after I hurt my neck. First, I took them to feel better. Then, I just kept taking them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
A tough loss at home plus all your upcoming Tiger sports. I'm Kennedy McKnight with sports. Number 12, LSU came in Jordan-Hare on Saturday for a battle of the Tigers. Auburn looked to start out strong and set the tone, but an early turnover via interception by quarterback Jarrett Stidham sets up LSU to take the lead early on the score from 1 yard out for Clyde Edwards-Hilaire. After a field goal by Cole Tracy, the Tigers were up by 10. Auburn responded with a run of their own, starting with a 7-yard run by Jatarvius Whitlow and another 7-yard run by Sean Shivers, setting Auburn up by 4 heading into the half. Auburn would continue their run in the second half as Jarrett Stidham hits the wide receiver Darius Slayton across the middle for 4 yards out, for the score stretching the lead to 21-10 midway through the third quarter. LSU would respond in a big way as Auburn allowed the longest pass play this season by Derek Dillon, and he would take a pass across the middle for 71 yards, the House putting the Tiger down by 2. LSU would have the last laugh and come out victorious as a field goal heads through the uprights as time expires, and LSU would be the Tiger who left Jordan-Hare victorious. Women's soccer has started the season 9-0 for the first time in program history. The fast start has put the Tigers in the second highest ranking in program history, coming into the SEC ranked number 9. The team travels to Baton Rouge for the first SEC matchup of the season in hopes of continuing the win streak. Top-ranked Auburn Equestrian hops on their season today, traveling to UT Martin in a top 10 matchup in hopes of defending their national title. After the break, find out why you may receive a text from the government. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
It's a big responsibility.
Oh, it's huge. I know, it's huge.
And the salary.
Oh my god, yes.
Right?
I mean, like, I was about to move in with my parents, and right before, yeah, so this saved me.
I really believe in you, you know?
Thank you. It's nice to hear that from someone.
These are cool. Did you, what did you...
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more. Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
The Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, is testing the capabilities of the Integrated Public Alert and Warning System, or IPAWS, on October 3rd. IPAWS is a national system for local officials to provide emergency messaging to the public. Emergency Alert System test messages will be broadcast over radio and television stations, as well as on cell phones. The test will assess the readiness of the system to send out national alerts.
Earlier this week, Eagle Eye TV sat down with Callie Skalinsky, president of Her Campus Auburn. Her Campus is an organization on Auburn's campus and is the #1 online college women's magazine.
My favorite part of being a member of this organization, I started doing it last year as a freshman, and as an English major, I got to meet a lot of people that are like-minded and into the same things as me, such as writing, creative writing, the social side of that as well. I've had a dream of being a magazine publisher or editor for as long as I can remember, and Her Campus is a great outlet and experience for that.
Okay, and what is the message that you all try to portray through your content?
Well, okay, some people would say we're kind of a feminist magazine. I don't think it's completely that, but most of our content is geared towards college women, helping them get through their college years, talking about fashion, food, just experiences that you've had as a college woman on your campus. And it's cool because you get to hear the experiences of over 300 different college campuses and the students there that are writing for that magazine.
So I guess you would say that your targeted audience is women then, right?
Definitely college women,
Gotcha.
yes. I would look us up on AU Involve. That's like the easiest way to contact us. You can request to join the organization and I'll send you an email. You can also email auburn@hercampus.com and we'll respond really quickly with that.
The Centigreen CDH Foundation is looking to raise awareness for a birth defect that impacts 1 in 2,500 births.
College students are going to be the next wave of parents.
Which is why Amy Wadsworth Register, the executive director at Centigreen CDH Foundation, wants to get the word out about congenital diaphragmatic hernia, commonly known as CDH.
It can happen to anyone. A really good ultrasonographer can pinpoint the hole in the diaphragm that allows the digestive organs to move into the chest cavity that end up restricting lung growth.
CDH, which is not commonly known, can be traced back to a variety of factors.
There's not one cause. It can be genetics, it can be a mechanical failure, it can be a number of different things that just happen that cause CDH to occur.
It's her hope and Sense of Greens that other people learn.
That there is hope for their children not only to live, but to develop and thrive and lead completely normal lives.
The organization will host a bowling fundraising social next week.
After the break, if you thought learning to parallel park was difficult, at least you did better than this driver. But first, a look at this week's weather.
TV, Auburn's news leader.
Travel is part of the American way of life.
When we're on vacation, we keep an eye out for anything that looks out of place.
Miss your bag.
When we travel from city to city, we pay attention to our surroundings.
Everyone plays a role in keeping our community safe.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, be aware of your surroundings. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
They gave me Vicodin after my knee surgery. They kept prescribing it, so I kept taking it. I didn't know it would be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Mrs. and Mrs. Jimmy and Minnie.
I came from 5 generations of teachers. Losing my job was the bottom falling out of my world.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our nation's youth. We believe veterans earn their benefits through their service to our nation. We believe in a strong national security. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion, and we believe it makes a difference. If you believe, learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
A Maryland driver turned into a diver when the car ended up in a community swimming pool. A 60-year-old woman was practicing parking when she lost control and ended up in the pool.
The pool had been closed for the season, so it was empty when the car jumped in. The driver and the passenger both escaped uninjured.
That's all we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in with us every Thursday and check out our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, for all the latest headlines. I'm Kaylee Bishop.
And I'm Taylor Harrison. Thanks for joining us, and War Eagle.